Alchemy has long been shrouded in mystery, often depicted as an arcane practice focused on transforming base metals into gold. However, the true essence of alchemy lies in the profound journey of inner transformation. This journey is about attaining a higher state of consciousness and manifesting a reality aligned with our highest potential. Welcome to Journey to the Beyond. In this video, let's demystify the Philosopher's Stone and the Magnum Opus, drawing from ancient texts, modern psychology, and the timeless guidance of Mercury, or Hermes. The Philosopher's Stone is not a literal substance, but a secret code for the pinnacle of spiritual and psychological development. The Emerald Tablet of Hermes, one of the most powerful alchemical texts, holds the secret to creating the Philosopher's Stone. We will break down the Emerald Tablet to unlock its secrets later in the video. Francis Barrett was a 19th century English occultist, best known for his work, The Jewel of Alchymy, where he unlocks the secret of the Philosopher's Stone. He writes, "Alchymy, the grand touchstone of natural wisdom, is of divine origin. It was brought down from heaven." He adds, Hermes, Trismegistus, Geber, Artephius, Bacon, Helmont, Lully, and Basil Valentine have written most profoundly, yet obscurely, and all declare not the thing sought for. Then he goes on to explain how alchemists hide the process in allegory, making it only intelligible to those able to crack the code. Some say they were forbid, others that they declared it obviously and intelligibly, yet some few little points they kept to themselves. However far off the main point they lead us, of this be sure, that something valuable is to be drained, as it were, out of each. He explains how each alchemist across history refines how they explain the process of achieving the Philosopher's Stone. They make it more accessible to those who seek to achieve the great work. Geber is good, Artephius is better, but Flamel is best of all, and better still than these is the instructions we give. For with them a man, following our directions, shall never want gold. Therefore to be an adept is possible, but first seek the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Francis Barrett claims that alchemy is of divine origin, and that historical alchemists like Hermes, Geber, and Flamel provided valuable insights. As the knowledge accumulates, we become better at understanding the true essence of alchemy. Another modern alchemist who unveiled the secrets of the Philosopher's Stone is Israel Regardie. Israel Regardie was a prominent 20th century occultist and author renowned for his extensive writings on Hermeticism, alchemy, and psychology. In his book, The Philosopher's Stone, Regardie explains that alchemy is a journey of personal and spiritual growth. Regardie talks about the idea of enantiodromia when explaining the essence of the Philosopher's Stone. Enantiodromia is a concept introduced by the ancient Greek philosopher Heraclitus and later popularized by Carl Jung. It refers to the phenomenon where something turns into its opposite if taken to an extreme. Regardie says, "What we observe here is a fundamental law of life, enantiodromia, the reversal into the opposite, and this it is that makes possible the reunion of the warring halves of the personality, and thereby brings the civil war to an end. This new consciousness is the result of the union of the several constituents of consciousness, or levels of awareness. Its major characteristic is the absence of any hard and fast barrier or partition which consciousness has erected before the portals of the unconscious." This concept highlights the transformative process of uniting various aspects of consciousness to achieve a new level of awareness, which is the Philosopher's Stone, essentially. And of course, Carl Jung's theories further illuminate this process. He calls it individuation. His works on alchemy make him a modern alchemist par excellence. Jung saw alchemy as a symbolic representation of the individuation process, where the conscious and unconscious mind unite to form a cohesive self. This integration leads to a state of psychological wholeness, symbolized by the Philosopher's Stone. Jung popularized the stages of achieving the Magnum Opus using psychological concepts. Both Israel Regardie and Francis Barrett emphasized the importance of inner transformation and spiritual growth. Regardie highlights the psychological aspects, integrating Jungian psychology to explain how alchemical symbols represent stages of personal growth. Barrett, on the other hand, provides a comprehensive guide to mystical and magical traditions. He emphasizes the importance of moral integrity and alignment with divine will in the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. Despite their different approaches, both texts underline the necessity of continuous spiritual development through study, meditation, and reflection. Now let's talk about how we can connect to the alchemical symbols to receive this divine guidance in our life. The three principles of alchemy, sulfur, mercury, and salt, form the foundation of alchemical theory and practice. Mastery of these three principles is essential for creating the Philosopher's Stone. Sulfur represents the active, volatile principle, symbolizing the soul and the transformative energy in the alchemical process. Mercury stands for the passive, fluid principle, embodying the spirit and the potential for change and fusion of different elements. Salt, the stable, solid principle, signifies the body and the material aspect that remains after transformation. Together, these principles illustrate the interconnectedness of spirit, soul, and body, guiding alchemists in their quest to transmute base substances into noble ones and achieve spiritual enlightenment. Let's talk about the stages of the Magnum Opus. The Magnum Opus, or the Great Work, refers to the stages of transformation in alchemy. These stages are nigredo, blackening, albedo, whitening, citrinitas, yellowing, and rubedo, reddening. This process represents the purifying and perfecting of the self. Nigredo, the first stage, involves confronting and integrating the shadow aspects of our personality. This is a time of dissolution and decomposition, where old beliefs and habits are broken down. As Jung describes, it is through this dark night of the soul that we encounter the unconscious and begin the work of transformation. By facing our inner darkness, we start the process of purification. In the albedo phase, we experience purification and enlightenment. The conscious mind starts to integrate insights from the unconscious, leading to greater clarity and understanding. Regardie explains, by reflection, by study, by deep meditation upon these mysteries, we can make our light glow from within. By an ineluctable process of magnetic attraction, we will be drawn to, and likewise draw to us, the presence of just those students or teachers who will further our growth in the direction of self-knowledge and self-transmutation. This phase is akin to washing away the impurities to reveal a clearer sense of self. Citrinitas signifies the dawning of a new consciousness. We begin to see the world and ourselves in a new light, embodying greater wisdom and insight. This stage is a period of illumination where we align more closely with our true nature. Regardie describes the perfected inner body as glowing and scintillating outwardly with an inward light, similar to a diamond or other precious jewel. The final stage, rubedo, represents the complete integration of the self. It symbolizes the union of opposites, where the conscious and unconscious, the spiritual and material, come together in harmony. This stage is marked by a sense of completion and wholeness. The culmination of the alchemical process is the realization of a unified self, embodying the highest potential of human existence. Throughout history, Mercury or Hermes has been regarded as the guide of alchemists, leading them through the labyrinth of transformation. It's also one of the principles of alchemy, as we shall discover later. Mercury represents the fluid, transformative principle within us, guiding us through synchronicities and intuitive insights. Carl Jung says, "When the alchemist speaks of Mercurius, on the face of it he means quicksilver, Mercury, but inwardly he means the world-creating spirit concealed or imprisoned in matter." In our contemporary journey, Mercury appears as the inner guide, showing us the way through moments of synchronicity. It's those meaningful coincidences that point us towards our path. Mercury's role is akin to the instructors described by Francis Barrett in The Jewel of Alchemy. "When thy spiritual eye is opened, and thou shalt begin to see to what end thou wert created, thou shalt want no necessary thing, either for thy comfort or support. Only keep in the rules we have prescribed. The good spirits, both day and night, will be thy instructors, and will continually reveal to thee many secrets." Now let's break down the Emerald Tablet. The Emerald Tablet, attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, is one of the most revered texts in the alchemical tradition. Its cryptic verses are said to contain the secret of the Philosopher's Stone. The version we're using here is Sir Isaac Newton's translation. Let's break down the key sentences of the Emerald Tablet and explore how they reveal the Philosopher's Stone as a state of consciousness. "That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below, to accomplish the miracles of one thing." This famous line encapsulates the principle of correspondence. It suggests that the microcosm, the individual, reflects the macrocosm, the universe, and vice versa. In alchemical terms, it means that the transformations we seek externally mirror the inner transformations we must undergo. "And as all things have been and arose from one by the mediation of one, so all things have their birth from this one thing by adaptation." This line emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things. It suggests that everything in the universe originates from a single source and returns to it. This one thing can be seen as the unified state of consciousness that the Philosopher's Stone represents. Its father is the sun, its mother the moon. The wind hath carried it in its belly, the earth is its nurse. This allegorical statement refers to the union of opposites, a recurring theme in alchemy. The sun and the moon represent the masculine and feminine principles, conscious and unconscious, spirit and matter. The wind and earth symbolize the dynamic processes and the grounding necessary for transformation. Achieving the Philosopher's Stone involves integrating these dualities within ourselves, creating a balanced and whole state of consciousness. The Father of all perfection in the whole world is here. This suggests that the ultimate source of all creation and perfection lies within this unified principle. The Philosopher's Stone, or the perfected state of consciousness, is the source of all transformative power. Its force or power is entire if it be converted into earth. This line indicates that the transformative power is complete when it is grounded and made manifest in the material world. In practical terms, it means that our inner transformations must be reflected in our actions and lives. The Philosopher's Stone represents not only an inner state of perfection, but also the ability to bring about real, tangible change in the world. "Separate thou the earth from the fire, the subtle from the gross sweetly with great industry." This statement refers to the alchemical process of separation and purification. It involves distinguishing the essential from the non-essential, the pure from the impure. This process of inner purification is crucial for achieving the Philosopher's Stone. Diligently working on ourselves, we separate our higher consciousness from base desires and impurities, moving towards a state of clarity and enlightenment. It ascends from the earth to the heaven again. It descends to the earth and receives the power of the superiors and of the inferiors. This describes the cyclical nature of the great work. The ascent from earth to heaven symbolizes spiritual elevation, while the descent represents the integration of spiritual insights into our daily lives. The Philosopher's Stone embodies this dynamic interplay between the spiritual and the material, the higher and lower aspects of ourselves. So thou hast the glory of the whole world, therefore let all obscurity flee before thee. This line suggests that attaining the Philosopher's Stone brings about a state of enlightenment and clarity. When we achieve this perfected state of consciousness, we are no longer obscured by ignorance or illusion. Its force is above all force, for it vanquishes every subtle thing and penetrates every solid thing. This statement highlights the transformative power of the Philosopher's Stone. It can overcome any obstacle, penetrating and transforming all aspects of our being. This powerful force represents the ultimate potential of human consciousness to effect change, both within ourselves and in the world around us. Thus was the world created. This line ties back to the principle of as above, so below. It suggests that the processes we undergo within ourselves mirror the processes of creation in the universe. Achieving the Philosopher's Stone aligns us with the creative forces of the cosmos, participating in the ongoing act of creation. The Emerald Tablet, when broken down, reveals that the Philosopher's Stone is not a physical object, but a metaphor for a state of perfected consciousness. This state is achieved through inner transformation, the integration of opposites, and the manifestation of spiritual insights in the material world. Alchemy, at its core, is a journey of inner transformation. By understanding the Philosopher's Stone and the Magnum Opus through a contemporary lens, we can apply these ancient principles to our modern lives. Through self-reflection, meditation, study, and attention to synchronicities, we can achieve a state of consciousness that allows us to manifest a reality aligned with our highest potential. Mercury, the inner guide, leads us through this process, showing us the way through moments of synchronicity and intuitive insight. As we engage in this great work, we move towards a state of wholeness and harmony, creating a more fulfilling and enlightened existence. The Philosopher's Stone, beyond mystification, represents the ultimate goal of inner purification, self-realization, and harmonious living. I hope this video demystified the essence of the Philosopher's Stone in your mind. Let us know in the comment section if you have any special insight. Subscribe to Journey to the Beyond for future updates. Thanks for watching.